Hello, my name is Noel Rutledge, and I'm going to present how to make pour-over coffee. The pour-over coffee method might take a little more time than the drip method, but it gives you total control over the brewing process and rewards you with smooth, flavorful results. For pour-over coffee, you only need a few tools: a dripper, a paper filter, freshly roasted beans, a kettle, and a mug or carafe. It's simple, but every part plays an important role in getting that clean, rich taste. Instead of buying beans that are already ground, you want to start with whole beans instead. Freshly roasted beans hold their oils and aroma much better. The roast level is up to you. If you prefer a lighter roast, you'll find that they have more fruity notes, while darker roast tastes more bold and rich. When measuring the coffee, precision really is key. You'll use about 1 to 2 tablespoons of coffee for every 6 ounces of water, or roughly a 1 to 15 ratio if you're using a scale. Measuring carefully keeps your flavor balanced from cup to cup, so it is important. Grinding the beans right before brewing for the best flavor. You don't want to have already ground up beans that you did the day before or when you bought the bag of beans. You want to grind it right before you make the coffee. You're aiming for a medium coarse texture, kind of like sea salt. Too fine and the coffee can turn bitter, and too coarse and it might taste weak. So when you heat the water, you want to heat it to around 200 degrees Fahrenheit, just below boiling. If you don't happen to have a thermometer, let the water boil and then rest for about 30 seconds before you pour. You want to prepare your filter before you add your coffee grounds. So you'll place the dripper on top of your mug or carafe and insert the paper filter. Before adding the grounds, rinse it with hot water. This removes any papery taste and it warms your mug. Helps the coffee stay hotter longer. Then you will pour your freshly ground coffee into the filter. You'll want to gently shake or tap the dripper to level the surface. It helps the water flow evenly and prevents over-extraction in one area of the coffee bed. A really important part in pouring your coffee is to accomplish something called the bloom. So you'll start by pouring a small amount of water, just enough to wet all the grounds evenly. You'll see bubbles forming. That's carbon dioxide escaping. So let it bloom for about 30 seconds. It's what releases the full aroma. Now pour slowly in a steady circular motion, starting from the center and moving outward, then back in. The water level, you want to keep it consistent so the grounds stay saturated, but you don't want to flood the coffee grounds. Just take your time. Patience and consistency equals flavor. So watching it drip, you can see as it drips down, you'll want to resist the urge to stir or rush it. The water is extracting the oils and flavors from each particle of the ground coffee. This slow drip is what gives the pour over its smooth, clean taste. You want to try to get down a good consistent rhythm with the pour of water, because you'll notice that the color of the dripping coffee will change from dark to light, and that's normal. The pouring should probably take about 3 minutes if you're just making 1 cup of coffee. Too fast, it will taste sour. Too slow, it might get bitter. So you want to have a consistent pour. Once you're done, the dripping slows to just a few drops. That's how you know you're finished. You'll lift the dripper carefully and set it aside. You'll notice a layer of rich coffee oils on top of your cup of coffee. That's a sign that you've extracted it just right. So before you even take a sip, I encourage you to pause and just smell the aroma. Coffee has hundreds of natural compounds that create complex scents. There's fruity, nutty, and even floral scents. It's part of why pour-over brewing feels almost like a ritual. And feel free to customize your cup of coffee. Taste the coffee before you add anything, though. Many people find that they enjoy a pour-over coffee black because it's naturally smoother. But if you prefer milk or sugar, of course, add some. But I would add just a little at a time and see how it changes the flavor balance. And then just sit back and relax, enjoy the moment. Pour over coffee isn't just about caffeine, it's about slowing down for a few minutes. Use that time to relax and enjoy the aroma and appreciate the small details that make your cup unique. So once you're finished and you're ready to clean up, you can remove the used filter and grounds. Then go straight into compost. Coffee grounds are great for plants. They add nitrogen to the soil. A quick rinse keeps your dripper fresh and ready to use for the next time. So storing your pour-over gear, it's best to dry off your dripper and the tea kettle completely before you store them. Coffee equipment lasts much longer when kept clean and dry. It ensures that there's no leftover residue that could affect your next brew. It's really fun to experiment once you've mastered the basics. You can try different beans, grind sizes, or pour speeds. You'll notice how each small change creates a new flavor profile, and that's what makes coffee so endlessly interesting. Then the final sip is the reward for your patience and attention. Pour over coffee is about more than flavor. It's about slowing down, noticing the details, and enjoying something that you've created. Let it remind you that even small daily rituals can bring joy and a sense of accomplishment. But yeah, thank you all for listening, and I look forward to watching everyone else's presentations.